Konnichiwa YouTubers, it is Heartbroken Biker. At first, today I wanted to make a vlog about Jorge Lorenzo because after the Misano race, the kind of shit he talked about in the press conference, I wanted to make a vlog about that. But something else caught my eye, and that is the state of motorsports in India, in our own country. And this is how it looks like. If you're just wondering what the fuck did you see, that's basically a Telangana cop assaulting the organizer of the MRF MoGrip rally. Now, according to the cops, they did not have permission for the rally, but let's say even if you did not have permission, what are those things that you're uttering as a cop? For those of you guys who do not understand Telugu, let me just translate that to you. Please don't watch this video with your parents when I'm gonna translate this. Son of a prostitute. I'm gonna fuck your mother's cunt. So this is how the cops deal with bikers in India. Now, I have to put out a disclaimer for all those people who do not have common sense. I'm not talking about all the cops. Let me just put it that way. There are bad cops, good cops. Now, before you go cry and talk behind my back and all that, please upgrade your common sense. We're talking about bad cops over here. So this is how the bad cops basically deal with bikers in India. Let's say even if they don't have permission, you actually cannot abuse and talk such expletives with the public. I mean, cops in Telangana, they have improved. I've seen that they have improved. They are also calling you sir and all that when they do the checkings and all that. But this is just a little bit outskirts of Hyderabad. So look at the way the cop feels that his power is unlimited over there. Now the cops said that they did not have the permission for the rally, but then they went and abused them, which is, I mean, if you do not have the permission for the rally, remand them. Why do you have to abuse them like that? Now the cops also say that the bikes were doing more than 150 kilometers per hour. Now these are the same cops, if you go to believe them, they think my R15 is an R1, and they've also accused me earlier of doing 180 kilometers per hour, when you guys all know how much an R15 does. And that too on a broken roads. I was actually doing 20 when they actually said that I was racing and doing 180 kilometers per hour. And I was remanded for 3 hours. Sadly, my camera battery died that day because I was returning from a 600 kilometers touring and I was remanded for 3 hours. Now, keeping that aside, if I have to believe, let me just read it out from the source that I'm reading it out. 5 female riders were there in the rally and they were taken into custody without having female police constables, which is against the law. Female riders supposed to be either book them in the case or you release them by 6 p.m. That was not done. They were held back till late in the night. Now all these were done by the cops. Now as bikers, I'm gonna say, if you are dealing with cops, if you're dealing with a bad cop or rude cop, always have your camera on. Absolutely always have your camera on, because that's the only way. If these guys did not have the camera on, if this video did not come out, then they would have to suffer in violence. Now thankfully some of the media houses are taking this up. Apparently in the starting they did not. They only went with the cop report, which is sadly most of the times for gay bikers, for bikers who actually follow the rules and actually be good, are being punished more than the actual squids out there. Now this video reminds me of one more video which was posted by another motor vlogger called BIKERS. I hope you guys have seen that video. I'll link it somewhere on the screen or probably in the description, where he took charge and spoke against a cop who was trying to do pretty much very similar thing. At that time a lot of people you guys supported. A lot of you guys do not know that day I was by his side too. I have some footage of that, but I did not post it. For some reason we thought we'll leave that issue, but one day suddenly Vikas posted it and I was also gonna post my part of the footage, but I did not, because when a lot of people actually showed support to Vikas, there were a couple of them, weird people who had personal vendetta or personal revenge against Vikas. They started posting as if Vikas was wrong, Vikas was ill-treating a cop, he was talking I don't know, disrespecting a cop, etc., etc. But the situation was going to be pretty much similar if he did not take a stand that day. About 15 cops rounded us up that day, and I was with him, and I went to the station with him. That day I was not riding, I was just there to meet up friends for Christmas or pre-Christmas kind of a meetup. At the station, the same cop who was like absolutely ego hurt and absolutely blasting us off or trying to blast Vikas off in front of everybody was pretty silent in front of his CI when we actually explained the situation and that this cop had forcibly stopped us and brought us to the station without any, like, it was pretty much illegal. And at that moment the cop was like, no, I did not do that, you know, he was all smiling and trying to, like, you know, settle off the situation. So the problem with bad cops is that even if you say the right things, you might actually end up hurting their ego and they would show off their power like this. So in that cases, I would absolutely say you should have some kind of a phone camera or a action camera, whatever, or a hidden camera on, or else there is no other way to bring this thing out. Now, about those other riders or other people who call themselves bikers and, you know, who tried to, let's say, speak bad about Vikas when he actually did something for his friends, took a stand against the cops and all that. I don't understand, guys, like, how is that when it comes to justice or when it comes to, you know, supporting facts, how is your personal vendetta, whether you like a person or not, is higher than what is right or wrong? Today, you're probably going to talk about this issue, you know, and say support the bikers, but that day, you actually slammed another motovlogger, another biker, another guy who stood and took a stand. And today you're going to talk about supporting these bikers. Well, I also support these bikers. It's good that if you support the bikers, but then I would request all the bikers to, when you take a stand against something or for something, just do it because it is the truth or fact, not because whether you like the person who was in trouble or not. You know, there is a saying that unless fire is under your ass, you will not understand the pain of others. So I'm hoping much better things from the cops in Telangana, and not just in Telangana, in India too. And as bikers, we should probably support each other. If not, this is not going anywhere. So what I'm going to ask you to do is two things. Whenever you deal with a cop who is like showing off his ego or probably, you know, doing something like this, please turn on your cameras. Always record that thing. You don't have to. Do not like threaten the cop unnecessarily saying that, oh, I'm going to record this and shit. But if he is wrong, then you have all right to say that I'm going to record this just for the record, you know, just in case something happens, I'm going to have to record this because this is going to be proof for me. Do that. Second thing is, please share the fuck out of all these things, right? Do not hold back. Share. I'm not talking about sharing my video. I mean, you can share my video if you love to, but I'll provide the link to the actual footage and actual, what do you call this thing that I'm seeing here on the screen, the actual thing that happened. I'm gonna put a links to those status messages, so please go ahead, like those and probably share those in the media, tag all the traffic police and everybody, and let's see if we come together, maybe we can make a difference. If we put our personal vendetta on the line and then we don't support each other, then this is going nowhere, guys. I mean, in the end, you can only like butter your own ego, but as bikers, if we stick around together, it's only when we can make a difference. I would love to know your emotions, your thoughts about this. Let me know in comments. And if you want to watch more videos about these things, then there's one more video which I made, which shows that if you wear a helmet, if you wear a riding gear, you're more likely to be known as a racer and stopped by the cops. You can check that out. I'll link in the screen or a link in the description. So do that, and this is Heartbroken Biker signing off. If you're new to this channel, subscribe because I make videos on motorcycles, I make videos on life, I make videos on gaming too. So subscribe and sayonara, signing off, Heartbroken Biker.